Hi guys, it's me, Frances, and I'll be your guide this year as we explore all 6 of the public libraries in Rutherford County and learn about some of the amazing services they offer. This month, we'll be learning about the Bookmobile. Did you know that the Rutherford County Library System actually began as a Bookmobile in 1938? The municipal libraries of Rutherford County wanted to extend their services to the rural areas of the county. A board of trustees was formed, and they quickly set about finding both a vehicle and the librarian who would operate it. Margaret Johnston became the first librarian of Rutherford County Library and originally created 16 different distribution stations throughout the county. 6 additional stations were added in 1942 to serve the African American residents of the county, which was still segregated at the time. As the Bookmobile's route continued to grow, so did its needs, and Library Board of Trustee members and county citizens lobbied to increase funding to support vehicle maintenance, the purchase of new materials, and adequate wages for library staff. Glenn James, editor of the Spindale Sun and a staunch supporter of the library, wrote, "The library constitutes one of the truest yardsticks for the measuring of culture and intellectual progress of a home and of a community." The Bookmobile was nearly shut down in the mid-1950s when County Attorney Robert G. McCrory suggested that most of the library's expenses should be removed from the county's budget, largely due to its status as a nonprofit organization at that time. After a heated debate during a meeting in 1955, a 5-cent tax per $100 valuation was recommended by the Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, which was put on the ballot for county voters in November 1956. Thankfully, the majority vote was in favor of the resolution, and the Bookmobile was able to stay on the road and serve the residents of Rutherford County. In the late 1970s, circulation numbers for the Bookmobile had grown to such a number that the Board of Trustees felt it was time to also open a full-service library building. The Rutherford County Library opened its doors in 1983 in Spindale, where it has remained to this day. As costs of routine upkeep increased drastically, the library system made the difficult decision to discontinue Bookmobile services in 1996. The motor bay that once housed the Bookmobile at the county library was converted into staff office space during a 2002 construction project. Today it houses the makerspace. 25 years later, Library Director April Young and other staff members began working in earnest to bring a Bookmobile back to Rutherford County in 2021, after seeing a growing need to reach residents in rural areas, which was reflected by a rising trend throughout the country. The library system was able to raise funds for the initial cost, but manufacturing shortages due to COVID-19 continued to cause delays and increase costs. Nearly 30 years after its predecessor's final route, the Bookmobile finally arrived at the county library in late June of 2024 and quickly hit the road a few weeks later. The official ribbon-cutting ceremony was held at the Rutherford County Administration Office on July 23rd, with the ribbon itself being cut by Kenneth Odom, the library's IT specialist and Bookmobile coordinator. Costs for the Bookmobile were covered in part thanks to donations from the Rutherford County Library Society, the Friends of Mountains Branch Library, RHI Legacy Foundation, Hickory Nut Gorge Foundation, Carolina Foothills Foundation, Olmsted Plumbing, Broad River Water Authority, Duke Energy, and Lynn Weaver of the Lake Lure Group. The Bookmobile project was also supported by grant funds from the Institute of Museum and Library Services under the provisions of the Library Services and Technology Act. The Bookmobile currently has over 40 stops scheduled throughout the county, split between public stops, such as parks and community centers, and private stops such as daycares and retirement homes. Each location will be visited by the Bookmobile once a month. The Bookmobile has 2 carts that can be wheeled outdoors for easier perusal, or into facilities in which the residents are not able to come outdoors. It also features a hydraulic lift on the back for wheelchair access. So what can you find on the Bookmobile? Well, in addition to books, it carries audiobooks, CD players, DVDs, STEM kits, storytime kits, blood pressure kits, and Stay Sharp kits. The Bookmobile will also offer free Wi-Fi access, one-on-one technology assistance, and special programs such as crafts or story times. For a list of public Bookmobile stops, visit us online at www.rutherfordcountylibrary.org or follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You can also join our Facebook group, the Rutherford County Library System Bookmobile, for up-to-date information about Bookmobile stops and programs. The Bookmobile is new, and we're always reevaluating how we can best serve the needs of our community. If you have a location that you'd like the Bookmobile to visit, please call the County Library at 828-287-6115 or email us at library@rutherfordcountync.gov with your suggestion. Before you do, please know that the Bookmobile does not make stops at private residences. I'd like to thank award-winning historian Robin S. Lattimore, an official historian of Rutherford County. His published works provided me with a lot of the information I've shared with you today. For more about the history of the libraries in our county, read A Legacy of Service, published in 2013 to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Rutherford County Library. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something cool about the Bookmobile today. See you next time!